So what's the secret weapon of the absolute best product managers? I'll tell you, it's not just a gut feeling. It's having a toolkit, a set of powerful frameworks to solve problems and make those winning decisions. Today, we're going to break down 5 of the most essential ones. These are the tools I've seen in action day in and out at top tech companies. Right, so how do they do it? How do the seasoned PMs consistently navigate that chaos of building products, trying to align teams, and hitting goals, especially when the pressure's on? Well, a huge part of the answer is having a mental toolkit that's ready to go at a moment's notice. And that right there is the key. This is not about memorizing a bunch of acronyms so you can sound smart in an interview. No, it's about making these mental models second nature, so you intuitively know which tool to grab for whatever problem you're facing. All right, here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with how you actually engage your customers. Then we'll figure out how to prioritize what to build for them. After that, we'll get into aligning your team, setting way smarter goals, and finally finding your strategic position in the market. Let's dive in. First up, we've got the ADA framework. This one tackles a really fundamental product challenge. How in the world do you turn a complete stranger, someone who's never even heard of you, into an active, maybe even a paying customer? It is all about guiding their journey. So ADA breaks this whole journey down into a simple funnel. First, you create awareness. Maybe they see an ad for your product. Then you've got to generate interest. That ad is compelling, so they click it. From there, you build desire, maybe on your landing page by showing them the incredible value you deliver. And finally, you drive them to action, making that purchase or signing up. Okay, so ADA is helping you get more customers. Awesome. But more customers means more feedback and way more feature ideas. So what do you do when you've got a dozen great ideas, but only enough engineering time for 2 of them? How do you decide what to build next? Well, that is the exact problem the RICE framework was designed to solve. RICE is this simple but really powerful scoring system. For every potential feature, you just estimate 4 things. Its reach, how many people is this going to affect? Its impact, how much will it actually move a key metric? Your confidence in those estimates, and finally, the effort required to build it. And here is how it all comes together. You multiply reach, impact, and confidence, and then you divide that whole number by the effort. This one simple calculation gives you a single RICE score for every single idea, which lets you objectively rank your priorities and build a roadmap that's actually driven by data, not just opinion. So once your roadmap is set, it's time to build. But as your team gets bigger, a whole new problem pops up. Project paralysis. Who's actually doing the work, who makes the final call. When decisions start getting bogged down, a RACI chart can bring just immediate clarity. And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly illustrates that pain point. When everyone feels like they need to be involved in every single decision, progress just grinds to a halt. RACI is specifically designed to assign clear roles and get things moving again. It works like this. For any given task, one person is responsible. They're the one doing it. One person, and only one, is accountable. They own the success of the outcome. Some people might be consulted. They need to give input. And then everyone else is just informed. They get updates, but they don't have a say. This simple chart just clarifies everything. No more confusion. All right, our next framework is one you've probably heard of before, but seriously, its importance just can't be overstated. It's SMART goals. This is the thing that transforms a vague wish like, let's improve user engagement, into a concrete, actionable plan that you can actually execute on. See, SMART makes sure your goals aren't just wishful thinking. They have to be specific, so you know exactly what you're aiming for. They got to be measurable, so you know when you've actually hit the target. Achievable. Is it realistic? Relevant. Does it actually matter to the business? And finally, time-bound, with a clear deadline. For our final framework, we're going to zoom out. We're moving away from individual projects and goals to the big picture. How does your product fit into the wider market? What's your strategic position? The classic SWOT analysis is the perfect tool for figuring this out. SWOT just stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It's a really quick way to get a full 360-degree view of your business just by analyzing these 4 distinct areas. Now, here's a really powerful way to think about SWOT. Just split it right down the middle. Your strengths and weaknesses are internal factors. These are things you can directly control and change. But opportunities and threats, those are external. They're market forces that you have to react to, but you can't really control them. And just like that, we've walked through 5 incredibly useful frameworks. Each one addresses a completely different challenge in product management, from marketing and prioritization all the way to team alignment and strategy. Let's do a super quick recap. You've got ADA for your customer funnel, RICE for that feature backlog, RACI is for your project team, SMART is for your goals, and SWOT is for your overall strategy. See, each one is a specialized tool for a specific job. At the end of the day, the power isn't in just knowing what all these letters stand for. The real skill of a great product manager is being able to identify a problem clearly and knowing exactly which tool to pull from the toolkit to solve it. So with these frameworks now in hand, the real question is, which problem are you going to solve first?